Hey all, Ringwalk2K here. Alright, so Halo is in a weird place right now. Halo Infinite has a crippled live service and player count, MCC isn't being worked on anymore, and the rumored new Halo game is a remake of Combat Evolved again. Now, I'm not saying I don't have faith in Not Number Company, but if this is a truly different company, then I'm not really sure what to expect. It'd be easy to say from the perspective of a fan that people really don't care about Halo anymore, especially when comparing it to the heyday of Bungie's Halo, but I don't think this is the case. I think the greater Halo community is just in cryo right now, waiting to be awakened when they're needed. Hell, just take a look at the Helldivers 2 ODST Warbond. Everything from the teaser to the drop was clearly crafted with the love of Halo in mind. The popularity of it almost makes me think that Halo fans are just waiting to enjoy Halo content, and they'll show up if the content is actually good. The Halo Championship is in October, and that's when we're supposed to hear more about Halo's new game in Unreal 5. Ew. That being said, there are some things about the CE remake that have me a little worried. Now take this with a grain of salt, as these may not reflect the quality of the game once it comes out, and many of these are just really popular rumors, honestly. But are we seriously gonna release Halo CE without multiplayer again? This happened all the way back in 2011 with CE Anniversary, which just came with Halo Reach maps and game modes. The campaign of CE Anniversary doesn't fare much better either, as the devs essentially just used mostly assets and textures from Halo 3 and Reach. So it was more like a lazy remaster than a full-on remake. It really shows too, because there are a lot of instances where the graphics don't match up with the old ones, and the art style just doesn't match with the newer Halo games with the assets that they used. Yikes. Anyways, I think releasing without multiplayer would be a tremendous miss in the community's eyes, and it would make me a very sad boy. Okay, slight tangent here. The music for 343's anniversary games is good, but just not great. Now, the OSTs of those games, in my opinion, don't quite understand the dynamics and sound in the same way that Michael Salvatore and Marty O'Donnell did back in the original trilogy days and Reach. There are several tracks that are very close to the original, but don't have the same oomph because of the tendency to use more bombastic instrumentation or adding more instruments during maybe more understated, quiet moments. I guess what I'm really saying is I'm not sure that the company has people who truly understand what the community wants from Halo, because we haven't seen anything from them yet. And I swear to Christ if they had fucking Sprint! I just don't want them to change the core of what makes Halo, Halo. Especially for what's supposed to be the very first entry into the game. And presumably a new entry point for new players who would like to maybe get in on the franchise and see what it's all about. When you get down to Halo CE's core gameplay, there's really not a lot going on. You can shoot, you can throw grenades, you can swap weapons between your primary and secondary, and you can pick up new ones on the battlefield. The fun comes from the enemy encounters. How they dodge you, they weave, they roll out of the way of grenades, they throw ones back at you, they hide behind shields or cover. It's a game of balance. And imagine, if you will, going back to Halo CE and adding a fucking grappling hook and, like, fucking Spartan lasers. It wouldn't work. All in all, I think what the community is probably starving for right now is a genuine, fully functioning, fully featured Halo game that has multiplayer and maps and modes that were in the original game that you can just pick and play with your buddies with no problem. Hell, this might even be a good opportunity to add Forge. Imagine all the possibilities. It would be a great way to test it out before the next big mainline game comes out. I just don't want to see one of my favorite games of all time get bastardized for a second time. Halo Studios, please. If this is good when it comes out, the community will show up for you. They will buy it, and they will play it, and they will love it. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and you have a great rest of your day.